blessings. It's your boy James Anthony Limitless. If you're listening to my voice right now, then you've been on your journey and have awoken. This is the 40,000 foot view from outside the matrix. What we're looking at is my portfolio, the assets that I hold. And as you can see, every single one of these assets are either layer ones or layer twos, but they all, in my opinion, will have a role in some way, shape, or form in the new system, right? Everybody's continuously talking about the QFS and saying when they flip the switch this or when they flip the switch that. But, here's the facts. If you've been paying attention and doing research, then you know that 80% of the entire global supply of money has been printed in the past 24 months. Why do you think that is? There's definitely no such thing as a coincidence, right? We've learned that. And so those of us with eyes to see and ears to hear can see that protocol by protocol, they've been stress testing blockchains and distributed ledgers while pumping obnoxious amounts of money into the system as a cautionary measure in parallel to the old, right? So, what does that say to us? I mean, we've been given information very early on about what's to come and how to prepare. There are definitely a lot of different facets to the Great Awakening, and some will say that it is the Great Reset, but I beg to differ. Although it may seem like the Great Reset, I am in full belief that the white hats are in control, hands down. And if you have been a part of certain communities, especially the ones that do the research and then produce evidence with links that whatever documentation or whatever information can be verified, then you're understanding what's coming. And so although the market looks like this right now, this is what we've been waiting for, right? We're not quite there yet, but this is what we've been waiting for. And so all it is to people like us it's just another opportunity to dollar cost average in the assets that you just didn't want to buy because they were too expensive. Most of us learn through Bitcoin. Everybody who I've come across and who's invested in this space, Bitcoin was the illest thing since sliced bread. But most of us as truthers and decoders are never satisfied, so we continue to dig, and then we've made connections and we learn, and we make errors and then we learn. That's what errors are for. Errors are designed for us to learn. And if you don't learn from whatever error, then you're doomed to repeat. So, I learned about utility-based projects and became relentless in connecting the dots. Like I said before, there's a handful of communities that aren't just saying what their opinions are. In fact, they are producing decodes with links to evidence. And if by some chance you're in the mode of thought that, you're thinking that nothing's happening, then you're not paying attention. You're not even in the right book, let alone on the same page. Okay? You need to change your perspective internally in order to change your paradigm externally before you can see what's really going on around you. Now, when you're doing your own research, you have to understand that not everyone has the full picture. And this is where your divine guidance comes in, because if you can be swayed by some random person or some random content creator with just an opinion, then you're not doing this right. If you're in the vast community of truthers and decoders, then you're at least somewhat aware of the preparation that we've been doing over the past couple years. And this is not to pump any one narrative or get into the fear psyop type of stuff, because if you're dwelling in the shadow of the Most High, then not only have you been physically prepared, but you have been spiritually refined as well. It's very easy to become sidetracked with all types of different perspectives. And this is why you need to be fully rocking the armor of God, equipped with sound doctrine. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be some kind of insider with intel, because there's more than enough of those in the community. But if you've done your homework, then it doesn't matter what anyone else has to say. It either aligns or it doesn't. And it's just that simple. You should never subscribe to any one ideology, especially with what's been proven over the past few years. Other than God, nobody knows the whole truth. Now, I've learned to critically think my way through everything. If you've learned nothing else in the recent past, I would bet at the very least you now understand that we've been lied to about everything, and we should never take anything at face value. See, that's why 17 has told us from jump, learn how to read through the narratives and piece by piece put it together. That's why we need each other. Okay, this is why we need each other, because everyone has a unique vantage point, and in that we can build communities of limitlessly relentless, truth-seeking, centered in God warriors of light, right? And that's just what it comes down to. Like, I've come from such a crazy past that nothing is going to sway me. Like, I've been given a purpose and I'm going to run with it. The only way to move forward is to work together. Love thy neighbor. It's that simple, y'all. I want you guys to realize that everything that's going on outside of you is just a reflection of what's happening inside of you. Being that we've been lied to about everything, where does that leave us? Why then do we pick certain things to believe and other things not to? You have to be so careful with everything that you take in, right? You have to have you got to have a guard standing inside right at the tip of your head to monitor everything that you're taking in, every kind of content, every kind of music, any kind of media, anything that you take in. You have to be really mindful. There are people with agendas, and if you're not careful, you can fall victim to the trickery. I want to say that this is the most incredible time to be alive right now. And if you can muster the moxie to bob and weave through all of the madness, then you're going to be a winner, right? If you're listening to my voice right now, you've been chosen for a greater purpose, because 99.9% of the people in this world aren't paying attention to what's going on. They're just getting sidetracked by the fear-mongering that's happening on a daily basis. Hence the reason why I don't watch the news. I sometimes turn on different content creators to get a feel for the different narratives, and then I take it in and start doing my own research and my own digging. I know what's coming. Right? None of us know the absolute bottom line. Only God knows that. But if you're listening to my voice right now, then you're on the right track. That's a fact. Incredible things are coming. I'm doing an interview with Mel Carmine on Monday, and I want to dig a little bit with him and kick it, and I want to have a good conversation. So this is the new channel, Becoming Limitless. It's your boy James Anthony. Peace.